Hey y'all, it's Dr. Croom, and we are back. Once again, it's Thursday night. You know how we do. So I'm also going to go live over on Instagram. If you're following me on Instagram, you know we're at Dr. Croom Army Vet, where we give amazing advice, consultations, and just really focus on those of you who are in the holistic realm for not only yourselves, but for your pets. So that's why we're here every week giving valuable information to those pet parents who would like to learn more. Some things we've started to learn, with Google and ChatGPT and all those resources that are out there, people can get the information themselves, right? So why, tune in? It's because we bring the holistic realm and we give it to you in a way where you can do it right at home. Okay. So that's what I really love, being able to give that type of value for pet parents who have that knowledge, can look things up, can read about these different ailments that might be affecting their pet, but then want to get advice from a veterinarian like myself on how to things you can do right at home, over the counter, right in your own kitchen. That's what we want. That's what people have been wanting. So, welcome again. Tonight, we are going to talk about hip ailments for our pets, something that we hear about a lot, I know, especially in dogs, and probably a lot for my horse clients too. A lot of issues with the hips. But one of the main things is we tend to think about it only on the senior side of the house when they start to get a little older and there's been some wear and tear on the joints. But I want to remind you that there are situations where it's not only being a senior, but it's also some juvenile situations that you may not be expecting. You may have a young lamb who comes up with some type of limping. You're like, why would a young lamb be limping? It could be a viral disease that gets right into the socket of the joint and causes inflammation. A lot of hip and various joint inflammation ailments are from inflammation. A virus, a bacteria can get in there into the bloodstream and then head right on into the enclosed joint capsule that can really cause inflammation, infection, and pain. So one of the one of the hip ailments that we hear about all the time with dogs, especially, is hip dysplasia. We know about that in the German Shepherds, Dobermans, just the large breed dogs that put a lot of weight and a lot of wear and tear on those joints. But even from a younger age, you can experience hip dysplasia. A pet can experience that, So we really like to, here at Dr. Crew Mobile Veterinary Service, make sure that we cover not just dogs and cats. We want to make sure that we hit, birds, reptiles, farm animals, all animals we've seen here at Dr. Crew Mobile Vet Service. We love that. I remember we had a bird. What's that bird's name? It was a regal name, but we went in there, sedated him a little bit, wrapped him up, and did some manipulations to him. But with that, you want to be very careful because birds can also experience hip and joint issues, not just as a senior, but as younger animals too. A lot of times, though, with birds, it is due to nutritional deficiencies and things like that. With birds, yes, the pet parent can be very educated, but there's always so many different variables of different types of seeds. And, can we feed this? And do we need a salt lick? And do we need, and sometimes the balance is off. So if the balance is off, the nutritional balance can be off in your bird, and then they can experience some limping, difficulty, getting on their little perch. That's the official way to show a bird on a perch, just in case you didn't know. And then reptiles too, they have bones. I know, like sometimes we think, snakes and everything, but they all have joints and articulations between the joints, and those areas can be affected by inflammation. A lot of times with the reptiles, similar to the birds, it can be due to nutritional deficiencies as well. infections, metabolic bone disease, things like that. Um, cats, cats, I've got a really big issue with, or I don't have an issue with cats, but I have an issue with the fact that it's not more well known out there how affected cats' joints can be just even from a very young age. What are cats doing all the time? Right? What are they doing all the time? From here, they're up here, they're down here, they're up here. Now, while dogs move around a lot too, of course, cats, I tell you, they just take the cake. And we really haven't been focusing on them, I would say, in veterinary medicine and just in general for many, many years. It hasn't been a strong focus. But in recent years, it's definitely started to come to the forefront where we're really looking at the different ways that cats can show you how they're being affected throughout their lives. So, for example, if, say, Morris, your big orange cat, always has been jumping up and down all the time, all around your house. And then you notice that when he goes down a certain table, now he's kind of climbing down the leg. You know how sometimes they can kind of just climb down the leg and get a little. Notice some of those things, different things that will show you that there may be some inflammation in that joint socket. Okay, so make sure you watch those cats and you ask your veterinarian about that too. Okay, because it's not just the dogs that are dealing with that. Also, one thing that I wanted to talk about outside of senior pets, senior pets is my specialty. I love them with their grizzled grays and their little attitudes and whatnot. But with hip and joint ailments, they do not discriminate. They do not only stick to older or senior pets, it can also be younger animals. So there's one disease called leg-cave-Perthes disease, okay? It's usually seen in smaller dog breeds, and it's the femoral head, so the femur, right? It's the ball of the head in the socket is degenerated down. And it's just from a very young age, that causes pain, it causes lameness in young pets. And it's usually between the ages of 4 and 12 months. So can you imagine, getting a young puppy and you're like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. We're just going to get the vaccinations and get them all, together. And then all of a sudden he comes up limping and you find out that he's got leg-calf-Perthes disease. Really, really horrible situation. There's also OCD, not the other OCD. This OCD is osteochondritis dissecans. And this is something that happens also early in life to the young babies, a lot of times in fast growing dogs, but really it could be in cows and really any animal that has cartilage in their bones. It happens when the cartilage grows abnormally, causing inflammation and pain. And again, it's usually for young animals, but fast growing ones. A lot of times with the larger breed dogs and large breed anything, a lot of times they grow pretty quickly, like they grow quickly. And so it's like a fast growing breed, and that is just setting up ripe for hip ailments. So this is, again, one of the reasons that people come to me, because they may go to their traditional veterinarian and get the traditional medications and anti-inflammatories, steroids. They definitely have their place. But when you come over this way, I'm getting to be known as the herbal veterinarian because I'm going to be looking at some herbs. I love when things come from the earth and can heal the body and help the body heal itself. That is the basis of holistic medicine. And so if we can get the herbs in the system, as well as allow the body a little bit of time to heal itself, you can get those joints in tip-top shape in no time, okay? Or at the very least, if it is a genetic type of ailment, then you can at least reduce the inflammation, and do some massage and some of the different things that I would teach you as your holistic veterinarian. So to close out, I've always got to give you some, like I said, over-the-counter things that you can do. I mentioned massage. In traditional Chinese veterinary medicine, this type of massage is called Tui Na. Tui Na. And that means, the ability to not just do a regular massage, but to know where the bones and the muscles are, to hit those spots that are really going to get that blood flow going in that area. Tui Na. That is something that I can teach my clients. This is something that you can do then at home. Other things that you can do at home would be electromagnetic therapy. You've probably heard of the Assisi loop, but there are other brands as well out there where you can right at home have a device and put it on your pet right in the nexus of pain and inflammation and take that down. Basically, what those devices do is they get the body's natural nitric acid pumped up so that we can bring the inflammation down and the pain down. Okay. And then I do have one other resource too. Now, all the herbs that I have on my site, they're not actually all the herbs that I carry are not on my website. And that is on purpose. There are quite a few ailments out there that I would not just willy-nilly put herbs on the website without a consultation. I mean, I don't do anything willy-nilly when it comes to my profession and the benefit of pets, but some ailments, for instance, Cushing's disease in a dog, right? Some of the endocrine diseases, the thyroid ones. I wouldn't just put the herbs on the website for you to kind of decide for yourself, oh yeah, my dog's got hyperthyroidism, so let me use this herb. No, but there are some herbs that I can safely put onto the website and let you choose for yourself based on the information that's there. And the HindQuarter Weakness is one of those herbs. It's one of our top selling herbs, as a matter of fact. Okay. It's great because it's not only for dogs, just like we talked about here, but also horses, cats, and a variety of other mammals as well. So I'll show you right now what it looks like. You can get the 100 grams on the website if you have a smaller animal, if you just want to try it out. But if you have a horse or a large dog, or you're just familiar with the brand and you know how well these herbs work, you might want to get the 600-gram container. HindQuarter Weakness. We also have herb blends on the website because HindQuarter Weakness is not the only herb that we have for joint pain. We also have Doc's formula and a new one, which is not even on the site yet, which is our tendon and ligament formula. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you go to drcroom.com, check those out. Don't be left behind. Don't be left not knowing that you have some holistic options for your pet. Again, whether it's a hip ailment, whether it's another joint in the body, whether it's a senior pet or whether it's a young pet that may be experiencing some genetic difficulties or had an accident, you want to make sure that you give them their best chance to avoid the pharmaceuticals when necessary. And that's what we love to do around here at Dr. Croom Mobile Vet Service. Thank you so much for checking in. We love to, again, give people holistic information, things they can do at home. Read up on that Tui Na a little bit, that massage that you can do right at home. And if you need me, you can come to drcroom.com for a holistic virtual consultation. Now, here in the state of Michigan, I can do regular virtual consultations and I come out to the house and I could give medications and things like that. But outside of Michigan, look for my holistic only virtual consultation. And then you'll be able to get on with me one-on-one with me and my team, discuss your holistic options and get your pet healthy from the inside out using nature. All right. Thank you guys so much for showing up. On Instagram, I see some folks over there on YouTube. We've got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So wherever you're joining me from, please put something in the chat. Let me know that you were here if you learned anything. Also, keep in mind that if you do check out those herbs or decide you want to try one, we also have a discount every single day for you to check it out and try it out. So you could get 100 grams of the HindQuarter Weakness, put in the code, and you can try it with really not too much out of the bank account. All right. See you next Thursday, 7 o'clock. You know where to find me on all those platforms and talking about holistic goodness for your pet. All right. Thank you. See you soon.